Have you ever wondered what would happen if you came face to face with a witch and decided to fight her? We're not talking about Halloween or fairy tales. We're talking about a real witch with ancient spells, dark curses, and a gaze that could freeze your blood. What would you do? Could you win? Or would you end up turned into something even you don't recognize? Today, we dive into one of the strangest scenarios you could imagine. A magical battle between you and a real witch. But it's not just a fight of spells and screams. It's a psychological warfare, a clash of worlds between reason and the supernatural. And the craziest part? You might not lose. What kind of powers would this witch have? Would you have any advantage? Is there any way to win using only your wits and willpower? And what if she's not as evil as she seems? Or if you're actually the real problem? Get ready to find out, because what's coming is much more than just a story. It's a battle for your soul, your fate, and maybe your humanity. Spoiler, this won't be just any fight. It all starts on a seemingly normal night. You're walking alone down a path, headphones on, listening to a chill playlist. But suddenly, the atmosphere changes. The air turns colder. The wind blows with a precise direction, as if pushing you towards something or someone. You stop. There's a figure at the end of the path, cloaked in darkness, with a presence that sends chills down your spine. It doesn't seem fully human. Her gaze cuts through you like invisible blades. She says nothing. She just watches. You try to ignore her, move on, but each step toward her seems to distort the world around you. Trees bend, lights flicker, and suddenly you're trapped, as if you crossed a threshold that can't be undone. She steps forward. Her voice echoes inside your mind. You seek answers, but will only find consequences. Then she raises a hand, and a black crow materializes on her shoulder, like a living shadow. You realize something about you caught her attention. Maybe the way you looked at her, or that disbelieving thought. She can't be real. But you thought it, and she felt it. Witches don't forgive doubt. To them, doubt is defiance. She circles you, not touching, but an invisible pressure builds on your shoulders. Suddenly the ground creaks. An ancient symbol appears beneath your feet. You've been marked. It's her way of saying, you accepted the challenge.
You accepted the challenge.
Your mind screams to run, but your body is paralyzed. You don't know if it's magic or pure terror. The only thing clear is there's no turning back now. The silence breaks with a sharp thunderclap. The sky, once clear, fills with ink-black clouds. She extends her hands and the air bends, literally, around her fingers. Suddenly, a greenish beam of light strikes near your feet. It doesn't hurt, but it leaves a mark, a warning. You try to move, but something holds you. Not ropes or chains. It's like the ground itself is gripping you. You think fast. What if I provoke her? You shout something sarcastic. It works. The witch smiles. But it's not a kind smile. It's the calm before chaos. With a wave of her arm, a swarm of shadows rises from the forest. Humanoid shapes, made of mist and resentment. They hurl visions at you. Memories that aren't yours but feel as if they were. A betrayal, a loss, a rage you don't understand. In that moment, you decide to fight. But you have no spells, only your wits. You grab your phone, turn on the flashlight, and aim it at her eyes. Shockingly, she recoils. She screams something in an ancient language. The world trembles. You seize the moment and run toward her, not to attack, but to break the magic circle around you. You step across a line. The symbol sparks and vanishes. You're free. She becomes furious.
raises both hands, and a wall of fire erupts in front of you. But then you remember something, the stories you heard about true names. Every magical creature has one. If you say it, you gain power over them. You search inside yourself. You don't know how, but a name surfaces. Marilyn! You shout it. Everything freezes. The fire vanishes. The shadows dissolve. And she falls to her knees. But it's not over. With a trembling voice, she says, "You've broken the first layer. Now, the real test begins." Suddenly, the environment changes. You're no longer in the forest. You're inside an old house with towering ceilings, floating books, and mirrors that don't reflect your image. You're in her sanctuary. And there, without warning, she no longer looks like a witch. She's a young woman with sad eyes and trembling hands. You didn't come here by accident. You have something inside too, something you fear. You feel a chill in your chest, a buried memory, a guilt. She sees it and smiles, not like an enemy, but like someone who understands. Magic isn't power. It's truth, and you don't know yours yet. And in that moment, you understand. The real fight was never against her. It was against yourself.
You're frozen. Everything you thought you understood collapses. You're not fighting an evil being, but facing a part of yourself you didn't know existed. The witch, or Marlin, watches you with a mix of compassion and challenge. "Everyone who gets here has a reason," she says. "You didn't come to fight. You came to remember." The walls of the sanctuary begin to change. Every object around you shows scenes from your past, forgotten moments, hard choices, people you lost. And then you see it, a younger version of yourself, standing before a mirror, wishing for power, any power, just not to feel weak anymore. The witch extends her hand. "You can stay, learn, become one of us." For a second, the idea tempts you. Power, wisdom, revenge, everything you ever wanted, within reach. But you also know you lose something, your essence, your humanity. You answer with a steady voice.
"I know what I have to do now."
"I didn't come to become. I came to understand." She nods. She hands you a small black stone with ever-shifting inscriptions. This isn't a weapon. It's a memory. Every time you doubt who you are, look at it. It will remind you of what you overcame. In an instant, everything vanishes. You're back on the path. Your phone is still in your hand. The forest looks normal, but you are not. Something inside you has awakened. Not a magical power, but a deeper understanding of yourself, as if something clicked. Only 5 minutes have passed in the real world, but inside you, an eternity has gone by. No wounds, no traces, but you know something has changed. Just as you're about to leave, you notice something engraved on your skin. The same symbol you broke, only now it's incomplete. An unclosed circle, an interrupted rune. You don't know exactly what it means, but you feel it's an open door, a warning, or maybe a promise. And then the wind blows again, gently, as if whispering, "You're not done yet." You know this won't be the last time you see her, nor the last time you fight. But next time, you won't be running, you'll be choosing.
In the end, fighting a witch isn't just about casting spells and dodging curses. It's about looking inside yourself and confronting your own fears, desires, and secrets. Because sometimes the monsters we fear aren't outside,
they're within. Maybe the witch wasn't your enemy. Maybe she was your reflection, your test, your path. And that stone you now carry, more than a memory, is a reminder that you survived something most wouldn't even dare to imagine. Now, you know magic exists, but not like in fairy tales. It's a force that awakens when you're willing to face your darkness head-on. And not everyone is ready for that. Maybe the next time you hear footsteps behind you in a dark forest, you shouldn't run. Maybe it's not a threat. Maybe it's a door, a choice, a new beginning. And if you made it this far, it's because you too wanted to know what would happen if you fought a witch. Now you know. But beware. Sometimes stories don't end. They just transform and wait for the right moment to return. Subscribe to the channel and hit like if you survived the spell.